full of life. Zay is very full of energy.
Very kind kid, very kind of mischievous though, and always has been. For the first few years of her life, she was just a little boy. All her baby pictures, she looked just like me, and we kept her hair cut short and gave her normal little boy clothes to wear.
Zay never actually came out and said, "Hey mom, I'm transgender."
So there were stages. Right? When Zay was young and we were kind of clueless parents, it was fine to dress up around the house. But when we go out of the house, you're gonna be a little boy again. And then it was, yeah, you can wear a skirt every once in a while, but not to school. And then it just kind of progressed from there. And it was really because Zay has always known who she was.
It felt like I was trapped in a cage a million miles away, and there was no way to get out.
Said, you're a boy, but you wear girl clothes. At school, someone came up to her on the playground, and Zay told me, she said, "Yeah, so what? I'm just a human being. Is there a problem with that too?"
People are afraid of what they don't understand. I didn't understand it, honestly, about what was going on, what was happening.
Once we kind of started to educate ourselves on what being transgender was and what it meant, you know, if you look at the stats, they're kind of terrifying. Transgender people have a much higher percentage chance of being murdered, of being homeless, of being discriminated against at work, of committing suicide or attempting suicide, of having depression and mental health issues.
The gay freak, everybody talked about me, but it was nothing about who I was that made me want to kill myself. It was just what they said to me.
About once a week, Zay's 5th grade teacher in elementary would call me and tell me that Zay was having problems in school.
3rd grade through 5th grade, she just stopped using the bathroom at school.
You know, eventually this child was going to end up going through puberty, but we didn't know what we were going to do about that because this child was not going to be able to pass for a cute little girl. We didn't know that we could do anything for her.
So we watched this TED Talks. I don't think we said a word for the whole thing.
And they were treating them by blocking the puberty that they didn't want. Because basically, kids look about the same, each sex, until they go through puberty, at which point, if you feel you're in the wrong sex, you feel like Pinocchio becoming a donkey. The fantasy that you had, that your body will change to be who you want it to be with puberty, actually is nullified by the puberty you get. And they fall apart.
After we watched it, Jason and I looked at each other. For me, it was more, oh my gosh, there's hope for my child. My child doesn't have to go through society as a boy trying to pretend to be a girl. Because I felt kind of like that's what we were doing.
When I first heard about all this stuff that you could do, it felt like somebody with a key just came and opened my cage and said, "You're free to go." It's a lot better than being stuck in a cage. So I went to the children's hospital clinic, and they put this little, and I think it was a rod, they put in my arm. I feel pretty good. I don't even know it's there. There's Spencer's.
I like that one. Look at that one. That one's pretty.
It is.
She's found her place. She is so happy. She's found her place. She's a thriving, beautiful young lady now. It's been so fun to get to know my daughter. I worry that, is Zay gonna find somebody to love her? I worry is she gonna find somebody to love?
Or she was, I don't know why anyone would ever get married. Yeah. And I said, well, don't rule it out, because someday, it would be really cool for me to walk you down the aisle. And I never thought that was something I'd get to do for anyone. I'm really happy that Zay is with us, because we're We're going to try and protect her, and there's hurt in everybody's life. There's hurt in the world. That's fine. But that hurt of not being accepted by your family is not going to be something that she has to deal with.
She's my kid. She may have a few more obstacles in her way, but what teenager doesn't?
Is that all?